welcome to the post-race show of the Southern African Endurance Series. My name is Nadine Wilkin. What a day we had at Zwartkops Raceway. I tell you, the action started within 10 minutes. In fact, I think we had 2 safety cars in the first 10 minutes. We're going to see the recaps now, but what an exhilarating day of racing. My cameraman and myself were running up and down the pits non-stop with all the safety cars, all the action, all the cars coming in and out of the pits. I can talk to you for hours about all the action, but let's take a look at the recap.
This is a big day for you guys, of course, missing the opening round. So what's the target today?
A win, obviously. A win. Look, we've got stiff competition for the Lamborghini. Stuart's a great driver, Zolly too. But I think we can probably run a little bit more on fuel. So strategy will come into it. So we'll see. But yeah, always good fun to be here.
Kulile, you guys missed round 1. Were you trying to give the rest of the teams a head start?
Not really. It was unfortunate that we missed round 1. But yeah, we're happy to be back again now and trying to make sure that we do our best now for the remaining couple of rounds.
I'm wishing you and Stuart White the absolute best and your whole team, and we'll see you out there.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. And please, we're always praying for people to support this series.
There we go. What a sight, eh? The Nova, the Lamborghini on the front row. We're all set to go. This is the starting grid. Run through for us, Steve.
So Nick Adcock in the pole position for the Just for Sleep. Into Africa Racing in second place, along with the Promogen team in third place. Bradley Liebenberg and Paul Hill will be going door to door, trying to push their way through. Samlin Racing in fourth, first of our Class Bs, looking to take their Lamborghini Gallardo. Backdraft Racing, Mike McLaughlin and Steve Clark with the newly developed car after Phoenix risen from the ashes. Gavin Crenier and Kishore Patamba in the backdraft coupe, looking to try and get a bit closer to the Gallardo ahead of them. Davy van der Merwe, Nathan Hammond also taking their car out, hoping that they can also make a bit of an impact after both Samlin Racing cars weren't able to get across the line.
Yeah, it was really exciting to see the 3 cars that are contesting in, of course, Class C, the Calyx, the Bucket List Racing BMW, and then the Ecuadorian Alfa Romeo. All 3 lined up, in the Alfa leading the way ahead of the BM and the Calyx then. All lined up, ready to go, keeping an eye on each other. It's going to be a close battle, and that's what we're going to see throughout the day. Of course, the Calyx leading the championship in their class. We're going to keep an eye on then the B class, which I think is also going to be extremely close between the Lamborghinis as well. So keep an eye on. This is the back end of the grid there. Run through it there, Steve.
So we've got Bucket List Racing in 11th place with Dylan Prodigy and Ken Swartz, a newcomer to the series, one of the young guns looking to power their way through. Then we've got the Calyx machine starting in 12th, and they're starting back of class and not at the back of the field because for safety concerns, we don't want to put them right at the back. So Car Hill and Yuri Swartz have got a lot of work on their hands. Pesci Racing in 13th, Revolution Racing in 14th, Backdraft Racing in 15th. 16th is the PPLE Group and Adept Signage, who are leading the championship for our National V8 Championship, Roadster Championship. Tradecore Racing in 17th. 18th is Team Kobani, looking to make a monster impact and looking to shake off Red Star. Backdraft Racing in a 19th position, and then we have got right in 20th position our Backdraft as the cars make their way around. Who will be able to climb their way up the ranks, but all eyes are also going to be on the Calyx car that has a bit of a mountain to climb as we're looking to go green, and we are racing. Stuart White not getting the start that he wanted, and Nick will be getting the advantage into turn 2 as they make their way around. Hard on the brakes, but Stuart White actually getting the jump. So Nick getting caught out, a little bit of a tight line, trying to defend against the Promogen Audi R8. But there's the Slingshot 2.0 with Steve Clark behind the wheel, going and chasing them down. And this is where all the cars were a little bit worried of the new upgrades to that Backdraft Slingshot 2.0. But he is getting chased down by the Lamborghini Gallardo, one of the Samlin Racing machines clawing their way through.
Well, that 2.0 Slingshot looking very racy, and we thought he might just take it easy at the start there. He was talking about that on the grid, but it looks like he is very much. Is the Nova maybe struggling a little bit to get all the temperatures in? We know that they'll get faster because there you go, Stu. He's well ahead.
I think Nick at this point is playing the long game.
PPL Group Roadster there with the Panda on it. And there he goes. There goes the move on the inside. That's what you called it. The best, one of the best opportunity for overtaking. Of course, he's not going to fight too much. He is the championship leader, so He's not going to fight that one too much. Long way to go. They're not finished yet. He's coming back at him now into the first corner. Not a place that we thought we'd see overtaking.
Run to the fringes.
But there we go. Look what's coming out the pits. What's going on here?
Okay, so Slingshot 2.0 comes out of the pits, and Mark Harvey having to hit the brakes a little bit earlier than planned. And Chitaba going and running him to the fringes. But this is a bit of a turn of events of why did the pit starts come out so early.
Yeah, that is strange.
Oh no, this is the Slingshot 2.0. They are looking at the top. There's something getting rather warm. They're trying to work on some of the pipes.
What a day.
They have. And they're working on the rear. This is the same as last year when they were working on the brake lines. They landed up having to do a huge amount of work on the car just to get it out last year. And the Zwartkops bad luck has come back to roost again. Stuart White's going to make it the most uncomfortable pass he can. And Nick's going to really send it up on the inside. Stuart White forced to the fringes of the circuit and even allows our PPL adept to just have a short sniff to get past the Lamborghini.
Now this is interesting because the Nova, of course, has not been as fast, and he's coming back into the pits. There we go.
Well, they're doing a bit of work on the car. Thumbs up from
back into the pits.
All the working on consistency. You start working on your calculators. Here's Pesty Racing getting past our 111, that's going rather slow and taking the runoff into turn 4. So that is the 111.
Unfortunately, we had an ABS failure, and on our car on the dash, if you scroll to the right, you can see which wheel speed is not working. So it was on the right rear, so we thought it might just be the sensor. So the car came into the pit, we changed the sensor. Unfortunately, that wasn't the issue. The issue was on the ABS ring on the side shaft itself. So yeah, unfortunately, they had to come back in and change the side shaft, and yeah, everything looks good now and everything is on point.
Same power, Steve Clark making very short work of him.
What's going on there?
That is an end plate that seems to have come adrift off the back of Dr. Mike Verrier's. I do think that
they come.
And Van der Berve will be working with one another. Stuart White, though, getting caught into the pack and losing drive through turn 4, and knows that Paul Hill's going to make that Audi a little bit wider than planned. Remember, Stuart White is a blue flag, essentially, against the likes of Paul Hill in the Audi R8. But Stuart White is a lot quicker.
What's happening with the BM?
This is the bucket list trying to restart the car, backfiring, so definitely overfueling. And they're just trying to get the car re-fired up, unfortunately.
With Nathan Hammond from Samlin Racing. Nathan, I see your car was on fire. What happened?
So we had an issue on both cars when we came in to refuel. The Sambani car, it looks like a piece of rubber fell off the inside of the rim onto the disc and caught a light on the back right. And now when Davi came in the Trinity car, we had the same issue on the front. So we're just going to have to put the fans on to ventilate the cars coming in for fuel stops.
And keep them a bit cool. Well, hopefully it'll cool down as well, because, yo, boy, oh boy, there's been a lot of action in this first hour.
A lot of action, so I'm just hoping it cools down and our cars can stay together and that we don't have another incident in the pit stops.
Well, this is only your second endurance race, your first time racing a 4-hour. How does it feel to set records?
I mean, I have to say, when I started the weekend, it was a bit scary jumping into the Nova. It's definitely not something to my pedigree because I usually race touring cars and GT3s. It's definitely a very nice car to drive, but as they went on up to qualify, I started building up the pace and then managed to get a good lap time. So we're hoping to maybe do it at the end, maybe in the last stint, maybe when the car's a bit lighter on fuel, so you can maybe get the track record. But overall, I'm just very happy to be here, and it's been a pleasant experience so far.
Jaden, what's happening with Impy and Kara's car?
We're having a quite unfortunate day. So they started quite far back, and then 3 or 4 laps in, they broke an engine mounting, which moved their whole engine, and so the team managed to change that quickly. And then now when we were ready to go out again, they saw that the solenoid on the actuator broke. So it can't find any gears. So they're busy changing it now, and it looks like they're putting on the wheels to get going again. But yeah, unfortunate day for the Calyx and Promogen car.
What made you think that something was wrong with the car that you came in? Did they pick it up on the electrics, or did you feel something with the car?
I went to turn 2 the hairpin, and then all of a sudden the car cut out, so there was no power. Then the car stopped at the top end by turn 6 and had to be towed back in.
Number 10 off and beached. If they can't get their car going, no, don't accelerate that on. Oh, that's it. It's beached. Safety car coming out.
Right, so they're going to let these cars go through because they want to pick up on the Nova, Michael Jensen, who's leading the way. He's still 3 laps clear of Steve Clark. and completing lap 97. So 1 hour 45, there we go. The Nova picked up now. We've got just over 2 hours left to go here at the 4 hours of Zwartkops.
Does come in as we see Mike McLaughlin getting into the car. So Steve Clark is out of the car. Mike McLaughlin's going in, taking the cheap pit stop. This is going to allow Stuart White closer and maybe in contention to get the pass on Mike McLaughlin, as they're still needing to tow the car out. So the more time that the Slingshot 2.0 stays in the pits, the more it works out. What can happen for a GT3 car and even for the likes of the Nova is some of the cars actually have a full course yellow function, which goes and brings the engine and mapping down, reduces fuel usage while you're behind safety car.
I think the Lamborghini's gone into the pits as well. I think Stuart White's in the pits because I don't see him coming through in that train there. I think he could be in the pits as well, taking the opportunity. If I look at the cars that potentially have come in that are not in that train, we'll see if we can get confirmation of that in a moment. But perhaps using the opportunity for a cheap pit stop as well. Maybe that's smart play there. You're doing it at the same time as Steve Clark, nullifying the advantage then of doing the pit during this time of the race.
Up the hill they go, and it does look like Pesty Racing getting challenged under braking. Also, we got the Team Kubani running out a little bit wide, number 11, going and pushing as hard as they can. The 169 Crush and Naidu now in the car. One of our young guns coming and joining in, one of the newer drivers into our national V8 Roadster class, and it is up in front ahead of our Pretorius. Mike McLaughlin doesn't hang around. He's one of the quicker drivers between himself and Steve Clark, and he's starting to show it off.
Wow.
Under braking though, he's going to try and lock it on the inside, trying to go for 2 positions. Understeers out, forces one of our Lambos to go, and White Pesty Racing getting all out of shape, now going side by side.
The Pesty Racing team, this orange livery in the front, looking comfortable. The cars, whoa, that is a big dive.
That is a very late send to get it sorted out, and I think maybe slightly missing the brake marker. All worked out well.
Oh, we've got a bit of body damage here on the Alpha.
That is a weight reduction system, newly brought out by the Italians. Active aero coming into play.
No, Steve. No, Steve. Okay, is that going to have a large effect? I mean, it doesn't look like from the front. Maybe in the... It's not going to have a major effect. I'm sure that...
No, it's not going to be a major effect, but he will be shown a flag saying, listen, you got to get in because you cannot have pieces of body hanging off during a race, because if that had to come adrift and it go, you're going to have essentially something that weighs, well, let's say 200 grams, suddenly turn into about 3 kilograms with the speed differences. So you want to be rather cautious.
Paul, that was a bit of a disappointing race. I see you guys are packed up and ready to hit the road. What happened to the car?
Yeah, so normally we race Aston Martin GT3. We rebuilt that and put in the garage to have a brake, and I bought this Audi GT3. The gearbox broke, so I bought a new gearbox. And I think when you buy a car, you have to go through the whole thing properly. We didn't, and we snapped a drive shaft. We were doing very well. We were in second place with 7 laps to third. To the main competitor. So it's endurance racing, and endurance racing is harder than sprint racing.
And I'm standing here with Stuart White from Inter Africa Racing. He's finished his first stint and we're 2.5 hours in. Stu, what are the chances of you guys taking this race?
Yeah, it's very difficult. There's been a lot of safety cars, so we're trying to use that to our advantage. Obviously, it's a bit disappointing that we had a very good start, pulled a bit of a gap, and then had a problem on the right. We're not exactly sure what was wrong. We changed what it could have been, and was still an issue, so we knew the only other problem can be the complete side shaft. So well done to the team. I mean, they did an incredible job to change the side shaft in basically 3 laps. So yeah, all of the hard work in the workshop paid off, and to keep practicing these things, you never know when it's going to happen in a race. So yeah, kudos to the team. We'll keep pushing. Kulila's doing a very good job now. Still a long race to go. We'll give our best and see if we can catch them.
Awesome. And tell me, are you going to go back in for the final stint?
Well, it all depends on safety cars. Obviously, the strategy changed a lot because we came in quite early, and then my first stint was very long. So it all depends on safety cars, but we'll have to see what happens.
Just a driver change and get it out. But now let's see what Charles Visser can do. Being the quickest of all the drivers this weekend, can he open up the gap to the like of Mike McLaughlin? And how will Inter Africa go and respond? Will they keep Tucker out, or will they start getting Stuart Wright ready to go out?
In action, of course, he's been around for a long time. He's raced all over. Oh, 2-wheel cornering there for the Alfa Romeo. Certainly not Restley.
That's out at turn, just on the exit of turn 3, where they're going to get sorted out. But that's also where we saw the Promgen Audi come to a stop as well when they had the gearbox failure. So hopefully not as terminal as that, and they can get the car up and going. But you can be sure Devin Robertson not only just radioing back to the pits, but if he had some tools.
To see him finish there, that's a stunning vehicle. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, we need him back in the race there. And Devin Robertson, of course, having just climbed into the car, will be desperate for a couple more laps as well. So, right, there goes the leaders past there now. And the Penske Racing right behind the leader there. They're sitting 4th in class despite going off. So Byron Pretoria is now back at the 262, the Penske Racing. This is going to close it back up. We're going to have to keep an eye on that class because that one's going to be very close. The rest, I think, are still separated. We've got 1 lap between Charles Visser now in the Nova and Mike McLaughlin, and 1 lap between Olile, we see coming through in shot there in the Lamborghini. We are surprised not to see Stuart White climbing in now.
So what best to go and put in some of your
on. We have 20 minutes.
He got a twitch. And there is Wayne Roach up on the inside, but that also has Charles Visser stuck on the outside on the marbles with nowhere to go. He's going to have to try and figure out where to get on the throttle. He's going to force Wayne Roach out wide. He's going to take for the inside line, but Wayne, who thought that he was going to get the pass, unfortunately that all changed, but now there's a fight. A little cheeky flash of the lights from Stuart White saying, "Here I come, buddy."
Ah, there we go. It's not going to be a fight, unfortunately, from Mike McLaughlin. And that's going to be the Inter Africa Racing Lamborghini up into 2nd position. And he's going to find himself 3 laps down with 19 minutes to go.
That all changed, but now there's a fight. A little cheeky flash of the lights from Stuart White saying, "Here I come, buddy."
Ah, there we go. It's not going to be a fight, unfortunately, from Mike McLaughlin. And that's going to be the Inter Africa Racing Lamborghini up into 2nd position. And he's going to find himself 3 laps down with 19 minutes to go.
And this is under braking.
Whoa, he went to the... Wow.
He got pushed off to the
How
fringes.
did he not get beached?
That's a big send.
But that is incredible. Actually touching the barrier, hit the barrier there.
Yeah, because he's keeping on the throttle, just trying to bring the car back.
Digging. There goes the 23 leading the class. And here comes your dust storm. Close your eyes, those of you out at the tabletop. There, not the racing line, and you can see the Lamborghini closing up, but I don't know.
Send on the brakes. It's a send on the brakes.
No, you see.
He stops dead, though.
There's something on that brake. Oh, no, that's going to be...
He stopped it dead on the apex, so the brakes are able to work very close, door to door. And that Lamborghini is lower than the wing mirror of the Alpha.
Wow,
through turn 7 into turn 8. And it is Anthony still giving it everything. That is a safety car because our leader has parked it. Charles Visser has parked it in the dirt at turn 2. That is our Nova in the pits. And when they tow it back, it can't get out. Charles Visser will lose the lead.
Is it?
It's Stuart White.
208.
So Stuart White.
He's going. Could this be the strangest end to a race as he throws dirt on there, but we're likely to finish under safety car. We're going to just see how this finishes up, but I believe that Charles Visser, just in terms of lap time, just out of interest, Charles Visser going off, his time there was a 4:45 on that lap and a 1:47 for Stuart and behind the safety car, so 3 minutes there. Hey, I mean, a little hesitation from a safety car, just 1 more minute or 1 more time for the safety car to come past, and he would have lost the lead. But as it stands, ladies and gentlemen, Charles Visser, who started, they're coming into the...
They're going to take the checkered flag.
They're going to take the checkered flag.
Yeah, they're going to race to it. But Stuart White...
Talk us through it. Here we go.
So Stuart White coming around the corner,
finishing,
but Charles Visser going and taking the race win just for sleep. Running for the sleep.
Unbelievable.
It's on the second last lap. going and getting it.
Unbelievable scenes, ladies and gentlemen. Who could have written this script? Unbelievable to see Stuart White. He'll be disappointed because he would have seen Charles Visser in the gravel and thought, that man is a very relieved man in the car, in the Nova.
That is it. So let's go through this. A Just for Sleep out in first place.
Wow.
Second is Into Africa. A car that caught fire, got rebuilt 3 o'clock in the morning, drove all the way up from the Durban area, all the way to Joburg, finishing in third, Mike McLaughlin and Steve Clark. But finishing in fourth place, it is David beating Goliath. Alpha beat Lamborghini.
Just want to say well done to Dean Wilson, the 23 is going to pick up the win in Class E. Unbelievable scenes. And yeah, a few of these cars have gone off today because it's Karshan Naidu in second, who went off at one point, and it's going to be Baron Pretorius in ninth, the Bestie Racing, who's been off in the gravel, brought out one of the 8 safety cars, is it now? 8 safety cars, and it's going to finish on the podium. Wow, wow, wow. Just David Franco, very quiet from the 12th position, man. He wins Class D. Had a fairly quiet day out there. Wow, 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 wow.
I'm here with our overall winners and class winners, A Just for Sleep with Nick Adcock, Michael Jensen and Charles Visser. How does it feel?
Well, congratulations, Nadine. Every single name perfectly pronounced. Well done. No, we're good. This lad, he drove so well, but he lost it for us at the end by putting in the gravel. Wow, my heart. I'm getting too old for this.
I think everybody's heart.
Excuse me. No, it was a really good race, actually. Very clean. Our stints are really good. And then, obviously, we had a good cushion there, but I think he was just pushing. You know, the young bull wants to jink it out with Stuart, just pushed a bit too hard. But I don't think he'll do that again.
And second place on podium is Into Africa Racing with Kolile Leklakla and Stuart White. Guys, early on in the pits, woo, what a comeback.
You know, if anything, this race was won by the crew. It was won by the guys in the pits.
Yeah.
It was won by the mechanics and the workshop and all the work that gets done there. The practice that we do at night to make sure that the pit stops are quick. I mean, we changed the whole side shaft in eight and a half minutes, you know. So thanks to them, thanks to Stuart, the fight back and coming back from 9 laps down to almost taking the win. Yeah, this was a good one. This makes me happy after Kyalami. This makes me very happy.
Thank you, Kolile. Stuart, what a comeback. How does it feel to finish in second place after 9 laps, as Kolile said, behind?
Yeah, I don't know if I should be happy or sad. I think we gave it everything today. Well done to Kolile. I was very impressed with his stint. All of our preparations and what we're wanting to do at the end of the year is all coming together now, and we're step by step getting there. Big ups to the whole crew. I mean, they were fantastic in the pit stops and also with the side shaft change. I mean, doing a side shaft change in 4 minutes doesn't happen every day. So yeah, kudos to the crew and thanks to Kolile for the opportunity. We gave it our all, but we came second today. But I think that we really showed our fighting spirit and nearly took the win in the end. So congrats to the Nova, the whole crew from Rico Barlow's team. They really did a fantastic job all weekend. And yeah, now it's on to the next one. I think we can definitely fight with them. I think we showed it today. We have some incredible pace in the race. So yeah, as I said, I was very happy.
Well, good. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to bring to PE. We'll see you there. Current standings after 2 rounds of the Southern African Endurance Series before any drop rounds are as follows. For the overall championship, a tie for first place is Philip Meyer, Mark Harvey and Dean Wilson. For index of performance, we have another tie with Philip Meyer, Mark Harvey and Dean Wilson. For Class A, we have Nick Adcock, Michael Jensen and Charles Visser. For Class B, we have Fabian Lunds and Lannika Martins. Nathan Hammond. For Class C, we have Kalex drivers, Cara Hill and Yuri Swart, Koshin Naika. For Class D, we have from Graphic Supply World, father and son David Franco and Roberto Franco, as well as Bruno Campus from Corridas Racing. For Class E, in first place, Ataya Gain, Philip Mayer, Mark Harvey, and Dean Wilson, Sechaba Masheko in 4th place, and in 5th place we have Dan Hirsch. What did I tell you? Now, wasn't that a jam-packed day of action? I mean, our series definitely doesn't disappoint. And if I might just point out, yes, the highlights you've just seen were action-based, exhilarating, but our last 4 races in our series of the South African Endurance Series, things have changed drastically in the last lap. It's really incredible. This is definitely a series you should be following for the entire season. So we want to thank all of our viewers and our supporters and our drivers, and also our entire SAS team, the camera crew, everyone behind making this happen, for being a part of this awesome series. And please stay tuned. Come and join us at PE. We would love to see you guys there, whether it's online, at the track. Come and join us at the end of May at Aldo Scribante. And yes, again, we look forward to seeing you for another action-packed day of racing. That's all from myself, Nadine Wilkin, and the entire SAS team.